Hello, everyone. Taggy with Ivy. Taggy with Ivy. Okay, so today is the 9th of July, and it's the first day, the first session that people are going to taggy with Ivy. They're going to think and grow you, okay? And I'm looking forward to it, and I'm sure that they are too. We have already been prepping, so I just can't wait for the sessions to start. But it doesn't mean I'm going to stop sharing some tips, some little nuggets that I've learned along the way, yes. So today I'm going to share with you limiting behavior number 8, and that is fear. Fear. Fear is a thought and a feeling, right? But it manifests in our behavior. So you're afraid of the sky falling on your head, like chicken licking. You're afraid of heights. You're afraid of eating carbs because you're going to get fat. You're afraid of, driving next to a trailer that has this what's it called on it? These containers on it. I know that's one of the fears I have. You're right. And some people that I've met along the way are afraid of growth. Some people are actually afraid of growth, I tell you. They're afraid that, you know, if they try to grow, they would fail. I met a beautiful young lady, and she'd been in the same position for years upon years upon years, no growth. And of course, you know how curious I am about people, and I got to talk with her. And what did she say? She'd never been for an interview before. This one job she had, she was going to stick with it. She wasn't ready to grow. So she'd never been for an interview, she'd never tried herself out. And I got to ask, okay, so what exactly? Why? And I'm afraid. I'm afraid of interviews. I'm afraid of sitting down in front of people and they'll be asking me questions. I'm afraid of, okay, even if I get the job, I may not be able to do it. I'm afraid. So many fears. Fear is the evidence. It's evidence appearing real. That's just the truth. So it's false evidence appearing real. False evidence from where? From our thoughts. See, I'm going back to the way we think. The way we think is so important. It's so critical in our growth. It's so critical in our lives. You've got to change the way you think. You have to take control of your mind. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. That was said by Nelson Mandela. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. In other words, you've got to acknowledge fear. Acknowledge that it's there. But guess what? By the time you acknowledge it, the next thing is that you need to conquer it. You have to conquer it with positive action. You have to conquer it with faith. Any place that you find fear, it's only faith. Faith that would help you to overcome. If you want to grow, believe me, fear would always come. But if you have a vision of where you want to go, if you have that vision that speaks to you and you want to run with it, believe me, all you need is faith. Because you believe that this is where you need to go and you need to run. You need to be in hot pursuit of your dreams. I would like to take us to the parable of the talents. It's in the Bible. I'm a Jesus girl, and I love Jesus, and I love the word. And it's in Matthew 25:14 to 46, where he talks about, where Jesus gave the parable of the talents. And one of the things that sticks out there is your talents are your gifts. That everything that you have, your skill, your time, your energy, education, your intellect, your strength, your influence, your opportunities, they're your gifts. Even your threats are your talents. A few years ago, I did the Alpha course with Nikki Gumbel, and I follow him. And there's something that he said that really, in one of those um, days I've been following him in the Bible in 1 year, reading the Bible in 1 year challenge. I call it a challenge because it's not that easy. And he said something. He said, God has trusted you with gifts and abilities which he wants you to use. Use them or lose them. He is faithful to us and he expects us to be faithful to him. So those gifts he's giving you, he's trusted you with it, your talents, your gift. I mean, why would you stay in one place? Why wouldn't you try out that gift that he's giving you? Why wouldn't you, just be curious? Why wouldn't you explore? Why wouldn't you, do it afraid? So there's this hashtag do it afraid. I just love it because it gets me to do things even though I'm afraid. And so I'm telling you right now, fear is a limiting behavior because it manifests, it paralyzes you. It stops you from actually taking that step that you need to take to realize your dreams, to grow from one step to the other. So what I want you to do is to be the best you can be with what you have. You've got to start from somewhere. Don't hide your talents and run because you're afraid of failure. Failure never killed anybody. If not, we won't have light today. Thomas Edison just kept on failing and failing. He kept on failing forward until he gave us light. I mean, I just love that. Right? So don't be tempted to be like the third servant in the parable of the talent who went and hid, his the one talent he was given and said he was afraid. To be faithful means you need to use your abilities, the gifts God has given you, to be all that you can be. So, TAGY with Ivy, starting today. If you haven't registered, you need to, because one of the things we're going to be doing is talking about fears and overcoming our fears. Look, I just want people to grow, and you cannot grow if you are paralyzed with your fears or paralyzed by your fears. So, just put this word out there. Overcome your fears. Do it afraid. If you're afraid to TAGY with Ivy, please do it afraid. Click on that link. Register. Let's get this party or this TAGY party starting today. All right. So until the next time I share, just want to say have a wonderful day, week. Okay. Ciao.